The gender pay gap is real.
I agree that the pay gap is real, but I don't agree with the studies that a lot of people use to say that it's solely based because of being a woman, rather than taking into account career preference, time taken off, the actual way you do your job. There's a lot of other variables that go into these studies, and a lot of times I see the feminist movement say, oh, if you're a woman, you're gonna make less than a man, and it's just a lot more complex than that.
So I agree that it's a nuanced conversation, so there's like two things that I wanna put on. My dad, right, do you think my dad raised my brother and I and my sister the same?
Obviously not, no, I would hope not.
Well, yeah, but like in the sense that my dad pushed me into different things than he pushed my sister towards. I think women are raised in a way where they're not encouraged to pursue their interests. And now we're starting to get to a generation where I think that might happen, but it's gonna take some time.
As far as I know, the research shows that the types of things that little girls are interested in and the types of things that little boys are interested in are different. You're gonna need more evidence to show that that's not their interest. Infants prefer toys typed to their gender, says study. Children as young as 9 months old prefer to play with toys specific to their own gender, according to a new study. Research suggests the possibility that boys and girls follow different developmental trajectories with respect to selection of gender-type toys, and that there is both a biological and a developmental environmental components to the sex differences seen in object preferences.
But then the second one is going to be that you get what you negotiate. And this is, I can only give personal experience again. My dad has worked in HR of a company. They offer men more at the start than they do women because men are more likely to negotiate anyways. Women are more likely to take the first thing that is offered.
That's true, yeah.
So, and that is the thing where they take advantage of the fact that they know women feel uncomfortable in a male-dominated space. So you're going to get a job interview. You're getting interviewed by a man. Everyone you saw when you walked in, for the most part, was men. Mm-hmm. And then they offer you a salary. You're going to be a little bit less likely to push back.
But that's
my personal experience.
But that's not on the company in that example. That's on the women, unfortunately, right? They have to be their own best advocate. They have to stand up for themselves. They have to negotiate better. You look at this issue. When you look at when you look at this issue of the gender wage gap, also too, it's the narrative that surrounds is absolutely factually untrue. You're looking at the average income or salaries of men and the average incomes of women, and obviously there's going to be a difference. Men and women choose to do different things.
That's the one thing I would like. The methodology of the wage gap study was just fucking out of control. It was just stupid. You can't take the average of male income and the average of female income and compare them to find a difference as if there aren't any other factors involved. You're not controlling for hours worked. You're not controlling for experience. You're not controlling for degrees. You're not controlling for the field. You're just going, hey, look, the money that men make and the money that women make, it's different, therefore it's oppression. It's so lazy. And there's more evidence coming out showing that single women make more than men.
Men and women choose to do different things. Like you said, men tend to dominate higher paying industries, higher paying careers. Women tend to go do other things.
I also think that there's a level of preservation that is omitted in these types of conversations. You guys say it's nature, right? I have 2 daughters. If I push my daughters into a male-dominated space, bricklaying or something like that, who are my kids gonna have to work around? Are they gonna have to endure locker room talk? Those are things that are real things that I'm gonna have to entertain in my thought process when I decide where I'm gonna push my child. So that's why I'm saying it's not just nature. There are there are societal things in place that put women at a deficit when it comes to making money.
If a woman feels intimidated, that's on her. Like, that is on her. She needs to fight it. And I don't believe the wage gap exists because you're given the same opportunity to earn the money. The fact that you don't fight for your salary or don't fight for the wage because you feel uncomfortable, it's on you. At the end of the day, it's on you. If you go in and you're applying for a job and you feel intimidated and then they say, oh, we're gonna pay you minimum wage, and you agree to it when you know you should be earning like $20 or $30 or whatever, it's on you. You can't cry about it and say, oh, this is because men dominate.
Wait,
well, so
I'm sorry, can I interject?
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's on the woman that she feels intimidated, right? That's kind of the
yes.
paramount. So then, is that the same when it comes to like once you're actually hired and once you are the energy or the environment that you work in as well?
Yeah.
So so the company has no responsibility to make a safe work environment or anything like that?
I never said that.
I'm asking you a question.
I said feeling intimidated is not the same as being intimidated or being constantly pushed to be like intimidated. You know what I mean?
Let's take a job where men and women both participate. Like World Cup's going on right now. Look at the U.S. American men's team and the women's team.
The men's team is also significantly more skilled than the women's team and brings in a bigger
more
audience.
people watch it.
How?
More people
They
watch
play-
it. Do you think people that play in the
This guy just needs to sit out that discussion. He just needs to sit out. He tries to compare the women's national team to the men's national team. They have a different payment agreement. This is a video by Nate the Lawyer. Make sure you check him out. Dope YouTube content creator. He breaks this down.
This is the United States Soccer Federation. They negotiate contracts with the men's team and with the women's team separately. So first, let's start off with the men's team. Now, court documents reveal that the majority of men on the men's national team plays for another professional league, from MLS to the Premier League, and that these leagues take care of the men's employee benefits. These are things like health insurance, paid vacation, dental insurance. whatever. So the United States Soccer Federation doesn't have to cover any of these benefits for the men's team. Why? Because the men get those benefits from their professional clubs.
That their pay structure is very different. And this has always been something that's hard to explain, because when we came in as players on the women's side, this goes back to my days of playing, we wanted a more guaranteed type of contract. We wanted the security of injury protection, because we didn't have big, large contracts with our professional clubs like the men do and did. And so we needed that security. And so we had injury protection, maternity protection, severance pay. And so there were a lot of other assurances we had in there. And it's a very different setup for the women. The judge obviously talked a lot about this in his judgment, and in his opinion, his 32-page opinion about that. So I think it was the fact that the women over the last 5 years made more money than the men.
The women over the last 5 years made more money than the men.
So the women's national team agreed to this deal, rejected the men's deal, and then sued for the men's deal.
Jubilee needs to do better. You're getting a bunch of people who are uneducated, uninformed, saying a bunch of shit that is completely verifiably false. Anyways, guys, that was the video. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you have disagreements, let me know. If you agree, also let me know. As you can see, these people, they're ignorant. That's the best way to put it. These people are ignorant. They just believe in shit that they can't prove, and they're ideologically captured. So if you want to know what's going on with the world, it's a bunch of people like this. It's a bunch of people like these people spreading their ideas and their bullshit, and most importantly, their emotional state. We're in a situation where a bunch of uninformed people are making loud and impassioned cries about how the world should change. Like, if you want to talk about how the world should change, maybe inform yourself a bit more before you do that. Like, and I'm not someone who claims to be knowledgeable about any of these topics. I just am looking at data and I'm making my choices based on that. I'm not impassioned on one way or the other. That's what I got to say about this video. Again, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know that there's some sane people out here. Jubilee, you guys need to just do better. Stop finding people who are the loudest voices and start finding people who are the most educated voices on both sides. But I'm sure you guys also want to produce viral content that gets views and clicks, right? This is what people are clicking for. They want to see the fucking train wreck. Is it good for society? No. It's stoking division, but hey, it's getting views. So fuck it. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.